Meet Ruta, who lives in London, England. She is a somatic therapist that is also trained in internal family systems and EMDR. She's a keen interest in many different cultures and spiritual backgrounds.
I'm currently in London. Originally, I was born in Lithuania in Eastern Europe. Not many people know of Lithuania, and I've been living in London for the last 12 years, and that's where I am
Nice.
today.
And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I started as a chef. I've been a chef for about 10 years. And then eventually I started training as somatic therapist about 5 years ago. Then I found embodied processing training. Before that, I trained with one therapist in like shamanic healing arts and shadow work. And since then, I've been training in many modalities like IFS, internal family systems, EMDR, and also being very much interested in different cultures, spiritual traditions, especially ancient arts of healing and understanding human psyche, human soul, because psyche actually means soul. So understanding the human soul.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And what advice do you have for everyone out there on how we can help open our hearts?
That's a very big topic for humans because these days in consumerist society, we have such a hard time opening our hearts. We are too busy in the head, and we often are so consumed by consuming things like take, and we kind of on the lookout. What's the next thing I'm going to consume or take? So I would say one of the easiest ways to uh, come into the heart is to slow down, to take a breath, to take a moment and maybe inquire, how can I offer something? How can I give to society? How can I serve society? Maybe even going higher, how can I serve spirit? How can I serve God? What do I have to offer to people around me? And I think when we are considering that I can offer something, that's the time when the heart begins to open because we're extending rather than taking in and trying to fill a hole that it cannot be filled with things. And love is, I think, is also about giving. Loving is more pleasant than actually, well, being loved is great, but when we love is even better. And when we can offer something of service, just like a flower, it's like when you like a flower, you pluck it and you own it and you say, it's mine. Beautiful, I like it, it's mine. When you love a flower, you consider what circumstances does this flower bloom in? What circumstances does it need to be healthy, nourished? What soil, how much water to put, how much sunlight does it need? So that's love. It's considering. It's looking outside of yourself to see that there's other beings, living beings around you, and think, what might they need? How can I serve? How can I give something? And being present is actually one of the main things we can serve other humans around us. Because in this society, we're so distracted. We rarely have any moment to just come back to ourselves and ask this question: how can I give back to life? How can I give back to people that I love? How can I be the person that will consider them and understand what conditions do they need to thrive?
Okay, thank you. I completely agree. And it's small acts of compassion, like even like opening a door is where you're walking past in a grocery store. If you're in a grocery store and somebody's food falls out of their hands, that has happened to me because I'm carrying everything at once. I forgot the grocery. I didn't have the loonie for the grocery cart that we have to pay here in Canada, and I drop some food. Somebody comes along and helps. right?
Yes, so these kind of simple acts can be very satisfying. And it's a question like, why is giving often more satisfying than taking? Taking is very temporary. You take something, you want the next thing. You take something and you want the next thing. So it's always this kind of search and chasing, like, what's the next thing I'm going to take and consume? But when we focusing more on the giving, it's as if we expand and we notice these things. Like you said, if you drop a grocery out of your hand, you can't carry all of it. Someone just comes and picks it up, looks at you and smiles at you and is like, here you go, I got it for you. It's like, you feel like, wow, this person noticed me, and it hits differently than, taking. It's also a surprise sometimes.
And
And the
then there's
person probably
connection
walked
there.
away. And there's a connection, exactly. You made a contact, and as if this person noticed you and noticed that,
Even
oh, this is difficult for me to
even just for a
carry all of
moment
that.
as we're passing through life. We may even come into
Exactly.
contact once in our life, but for that one moment, we had that connection.
Yes. Yes. And um, there can be so many situations in life where these small acts of kindness, consideration, leaves big impressions. We remember that person, or that person in a grocery store, when he or she looked at me, in my eyes. I just felt like this person is so kind and so compassionate, and it kind
And we
of
believe,
ripples.
and we believe too that when we're receiving all these materialistic items or things, it's just
Mm,
going to make us happy, and then it will temporarily.
mm,
But then we want more and more and more. But when we actually
mm,
give back,
mm,
it can touch our
mm,
heart. And I notice, and I encourage everyone to notice, to look around when bad things happen. Look around,
mm, mm,
because you're going to see good people stand up
mm.
and come and
It's
help.
true. It's true. Yes. Mm. In my spiritual tradition, we have a big emphasis on service attitude as a tool to open your heart.